Hi, I'm Nicole Pro, Sparkle Junkie. Welcome to my channel. So I decided today I was going to be working on this. It's not necessarily a junk journal, it's really more of a folio, but we'll call it a junk journal just for ease of description. So it is all about a trip that my family and I made to a railroad museum. And I had put it together and done all the, first decorating part of it on Whatnot one night. And so, since this is all about vintage, we're going to do a little bit more in it. So, I'm making myself a couple of pockets here for our first page. And this is just some scrapbook paper that I had pulled out that matched my theme. I'm putting putting the gussets on there. I did trim the corners. Now, initially I was going to put these one on top of the other, but then when I laid them down there and they looked really cool, kind of catty corner from each other, I did that. So I don't think that your pockets always have to be right on top of each other. That worked out well for me. But I did forget to ink it, so I went back and did that. I'm looking for some photos to put in here. Actually, I found one that I can put on the front of my husband in a little trolley thing while we were there. And so I'm going to stick that on the front. And it occurred to me while I was doing that, I could make that a pocket as well. So we just made that into a little pocket too. I've made a few tags and I've got a whole bunch of ephemera that we're putting in this, going to be using for the whole project. And so I also have some washi tape that I purchased. So I'm just putting it down a few things. And then I found a nice little ticket thing that'll look good in that pocket. I want to make a tab for it. So I got my tab puncher out and ink that up as well. And then we're going to put the tab on so that it's, clear when you've got it in there that you can pull that out. And I'll do some journaling, actually describing the pictures at a later date. But we're going to get this all together so that we can display the pictures that we made. So I wanted something to go in that top pocket. I thought it was going to fit, but it didn't. So then I went with this, and that worked out real well. Okay, so I've got this belly band that I put on, and again, I thought that this larger thing was going to fit, but it did not. So I found something different to put in there. An old advertisement. All right, so I'm going to be putting some pictures on these 2 pages here. So I'm just going through the pictures and I'm going to cut some out. While I'm doing that, I'm going to say thank you to our hostesses. This is Vintage Vibes Creative Playlist, YouTube playlist with Take 5. Miss Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette and Miss Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. Their links will be in my description, and I hope that you will take some time to enjoy the whole playlist. So I am leaving on some of these pictures, well, all of the pictures actually, I'm leaving a little tab. I'm getting out my scoring tool for my cutter there and score right there where the tab is, because we're going to do flip flaps here. Now, I didn't have any particular plan. It was just, let's make some flip flaps. They go, some from the side, some from the top, and one from the bottom there. And it took me a minute to really kind of figure how I wanted to arrange them, but eventually I figure it out. And then I do a lot more inking, because I want the want them to look old and vintage. So we're putting some pictures down here in no particular order. And there we go. We're gonna just continue to do that. So one by one here, I'm just putting them down, and then, I found another one that I didn't score. So, and I'm also just using this paper here as to do my inking on, because I want it to look old anyway. So why not get the full use of my ink? Okay, we've got a few there, and then this one's going to come from the side and kind of be a closure for it. Then I decided that I really needed something to kind of like a tab. So there's a little ticket here that I'm going to put on the side so you can see, you need to lift that up. And another one, I pulled out another one for that next picture. Now I need something to go right there, so I found the perfect picture to put right there at the bottom of all the flip-flops. There we go. So there's that side. And now I'm going to go, well, I thought maybe I would do that, but I changed my mind. Here's our tickets that we used to get into the museum, and I stuck them in the pocket that we made initially. So we're going to cut some more pictures out, but I got to change my blade back. I always do that. I always forget to change it. And I'm just trying to decide here, do I want this to be a top flip or a side flip? Now we'll change it back to the scoring tool, and I've got all that done. So we're going to do the same process here. Just decide where we want things. I needed to glue that back down because it was coming apart. Now my washi tape. I'm just sticking washi tape on either side of there to give a little more interest. So we start to do the inking, and that one I got crooked, so I had to go back and kind of force it where I wanted it to go. I just love the way that this looks so vintage, and it's kind of my first time doing this type of a project with photos that I made or that I took myself. I am a scrapbooker, have been a scrapbooker for a long time, and so this is, like, to me, a really cool way to do something different with photos, not necessarily the traditional scrapbook way. This is a new way for me, and I'm really enjoying it. So we've got 2 from the side there, and I think we'll end up with 3 going up and down. Okay, sorry about the dog. I think my pup heard a fly fart somewhere about a mile away. So now I'm going to come back with a lot of the ephemera that I've got and do some decorating on the opposite side of the photos. One of the things that I found really cool when we were at the museum was they had a whole collection of railroad playing cards. And so when I was looking for some ephemera, I was looking up railroad playing cards and found some that were, specifically the like front of them, or maybe it's the back of them, I'm not sure, was designed for certain railroads. It had like their logo on them. And so I found some that I am including in here. So we've got just like tickets and tags and button things and all kinds of fun stuff. Now, there was an empty space there, so I'm going to fill that up with a ticket. This is not your traditional flip-flop thing, but I do like the way it turned out. There's one of those cards. I think it was Pennsylvania Railroad. I love, this was like a hotel check of some sort. Not a check, but like, you know, when you check out, you get the little receipt. So if you like some of this ephemera, I do have it listed on my website. You can go to NicolePros.com, and it's a printable that I will email you after you pay. So if you're doing something really cool like this, or maybe you have some family members that really enjoy trains and you want to make them a special junk journal, you'll be able to find some of the ephemera that I'm using there that you can purchase. So just putting a few more things down, and then we're gonna flip through the whole thing. I did buy some playing cards that actually had trains on them too. I've been collecting things for a little while. And then another ticket here on the front flip here. There we go. Actually, that ended up not being the top. So I put this little round thing on there. Okay. So that's what we're going to do today. And here, just take a second, clearing things off so I can show you. Here we've got the tickets and their cool advertisement. All the little pictures. And I found a blank spot, so now I got to put something there too. I appreciate you guys all being here today and watching this, and if you would please subscribe to my page, I would sure appreciate it, and I will see you next time.